Hey guys, welcome to Blue Bridge. Haven't done a preview for a while, but just listening to Maresca's press conference, I thought I'll do a quick preview for a match against Southampton. So let's get into it. So we've got 4 games to save our season. We lose any of these 4 games and our season's in tatters. The project is over. The manager his position may be in trouble because the next 4 games, we see ourselves play Copenhagen twice in the Conference League. 2 very winnable games. And Southampton at home, and that's followed by a trip to Leicester at home. So these games are games that we have to win. And not even a draw would do. We have to win these games. Otherwise, we are in serious trouble. And so I'm looking at today's press conference, which was done earlier with Enzo Maresca. And first of all, as I said, Southampton are a team we have to win. But the manager, he's saying it's a tricky game, a difficult game. And it was questioned by the reporters saying, really? They've only won 2 games all season. But is Charity FC going to come in again and make it a 3rd game for them? I think the last time they were in the Premier League and I think the year they got relegated, wasn't it? That's when I turned on Potter. As I was kind of supportive of Potter, but that's the game where I kind of turned on him because of a limp performance against Southampton, where I think we lost that game 1-0. And so this is a similar situation. Southampton probably will be going down this season. Can we get a win? Obviously, at the beginning of the season, you can be confident, but now you're not confident, even against teams like Southampton. That's saying something about Chelsea, that you're not even confident going into a game against Southampton, thinking that you're going to get a win. I'm hoping we win, but I don't know. We've got the demo tomorrow as well. Hopefully that doesn't have a negative effect on the players, but I don't want that to be an excuse. But the manager, I think, needs to be a little bit more ballsy when he's talking about these teams, because saying that they're a tricky opposition and it's going to be a difficult game, is he giving the players another out in case they don't perform to high standards? I'm not saying that he should say we're going to go out there and thrash them 5 or 6-0 and get cocky, but let's have a little bit of confidence that we can get something out of this game. We think we can win this game if we play to our highest ability, and I think we can win it well. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Then they went on to talk about Cole Palmer. So Cole Palmer is one I want to sort of focus most of this video on, because at the moment, I think the stat was that he's 30? I think he's had 17, hasn't had an assist in the last 13 or 14 games, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 7? It could be, but he's created some big chances which haven't been put away. So the reporters was asking, is he getting a bit frustrated? And rightly so, the way Maresca answered the question, it's not only the other players who are to blame, it's him to blame as well. Some of our fan base thinks he's beyond criticism just because he bails us out a lot. But because he bails us out a lot, he's still part of that team. I'm looking at that game against Man City where people, rather than blaming the pass that he did to Nicholas Jackson, they are saying it was Nicholas Jackson's fault. Nicholas Jackson, could he have tried harder to get on the end of that pass? Yeah, but even if he did put out a foot, like some people said, and because he couldn't get that enough control and it goes over the bar, they can still be complaining about why did he shoot over the bar? It was a difficult pass. It was a really difficult pass, yeah. Top strikers can make something out of that. But we have to look at the pass rather than what Nicholas Jackson did. And even the other day with his miscommunication with Nkunku, do we look at the pass or do we look at the movement of Nkunku? And obviously, he missed that big chance for us where we should have gone 2-1 up in the game, probably win the game if we go 2-1 up. So, and even not only that, but I thought a couple of moments, other play incidents in the game where he was selfish. There was a couple of times he could have played in Cuckoo and others, but he decided to take it on his own. And when things are not going well, and when you haven't got, obviously he's got Nicholas Jackson who helps his game with the runs that he makes in behind, and he gives him those opportunities to feed him or to create shooting opportunities for himself. But I don't. What I find is that he's trying to force the play a little bit too much, and because of that as well, it's affecting his game. So I just feel that again, it's the lack of having an experienced player in the side who can, when they notice that he's going through these rough periods, to guide him through it. And again, it goes back to me always moaning in every video about the lack of experience that we've got. So we've got to remember Palmer's only 22, and asking him to sort of be the team Chelsea or team Palmer on his own, then it's unfair on the player. And the other thing is, others have got to step up, and that's what we don't have. We haven't seen other people step up. I did a video quite a while ago where I said the majority, I think 70% of our goals came from Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. We needed the others to step up, and still they haven't really stepped up. Noni has scored a few. That hat-trick kind of skews his stats a little bit, but we're still looking for goals from your Netos and your Sanchos and the other players. Okay, we had a goal by Fernandez yesterday on Saturday, but as I said, the others do need to step up. We shouldn't be having to rely on just two people in a team of a squad of 15, 16 to be scoring our goals all the time. Because when these players go out of form, they were seeing it with Jackson going out of form. Now we're seeing it with Palmer going through a little bit of a rough patch. That the rest of the team are not taken on that responsibility of sharing the load. And the last thing I want to talk about was the 13 points that we've dropped from winning positions since the Boxing Day. Not good enough. It started against Fulham, and it continued. We've dropped points against your likes of Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Manchester City. The list goes on in winning positions, and the games that we have won, the other teams have come back in. I think West Ham and Wolves, they came back, but we managed to find a way to win those two games. But again, what we're finding is the second half, because we're conceding a lot of goals in the 75-minute onwards. And that, for me, is, again, crashing the board once again, and the sporting directors' lack of planning. Said it again, keep repeating myself, repeating it again, and I'll keep repeating it until somebody hears me. Why didn't we call back one of our midfielders? Hugo Chukwu, who's playing for Southampton. I had some glowing reports about him over the weekend, and I'm glad he's not available to play for against us today, tomorrow, sorry. So someone like Hugo Chukwu, someone like Santos could have been invaluable for our team, because the reason why we are starting to throw away points from winning positions, and there's no coincidence that in the first half we come out strong, especially the first 15, 20 minutes. And what happens? Our players begin to tire. So that's when you're looking at our second half performances this season, you've seen a distinct drop off. And a lot of people are saying it's the coach and everything else, but it's more than that. And it's more to do with the midfielders. We've been using Enzo and Caicedo all season. And these players, it's impossible playing 38 odd games in the season on your own. All the big teams, they rotate. And like Madrid the other day, you saw Modric playing for them after he didn't play in the Champions League. Liverpool, sometimes McAllister gets a rest. Sometimes Szoboszlai gets a rest. And you see it with Manchester City. Yesterday, there was no Bernardo Silva playing for them. And so what that does, it keeps the players fresh. Obviously, we haven't got your likes of your Lavias and other midfielders in there he doesn't trust. So he doesn't really utilise your Jubilee balls and people like that, because he just feels that the quality will go down. So what you find, especially with Enzo Fernandez, he's not the most durable. I thought he had a very good game on Saturday for the first 50 or 60 minutes, and you can see him tiring because he hasn't got those physical attributes to last the 90 minutes. And he was at fault for the first goal, at least, by not pushing up and keep getting the Rashford offside before he made that initial pass to the senior. So you see little things like that, and it's down to fatigue. Really, Moise Caicedo is like the lone six at the moment, so he's doing a lot of donkey work. So he's not a machine. He can't do it all the time, and so that's what I think is affecting our game and why we are dropping a lot of points. And the manager said, "Oh, we're trying to figure out why that's happening." Come on. You're the manager. It's not rocket science. We know it's happening because the midfield is overrun and they run out of energy, and the other teams can go and make 3 or 4 subs, and we keep the same midfielders on. It's bound to happen. They're elite athletes who play at their optimum every week, and it's fatigue. That's why we're conceding goals late on. Anyway, what do you think? Same as me? Oh, you got another theory why we're conceding goals. What do you think about the Cole Palmer situation as well? And all the other points I've spoken about? Put your comments in the section below. And don't forget, as always, to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I make a new video. So, hoping for a decent result tomorrow. It's hope, it's just the hope. But I don't know, I'm not confident. But we'll see tomorrow. So take care. Bye-bye.